The things you do to me. Things you do. It drives me crazy. Feels like a movie. Can this be love? Say it with me. You sexy lady. The way you feel to me. Can this be love? Yeah. Oh. Can this be love? Yeah.
Welcome to another edition of Single on a Saturday Night. If you joined us last week, it was a fiery show. As is always, we have a lot of great people. Like I said, single means that you are just not married. You can have a boo. Don't be scared of single on a Saturday night. I know you got a boo and you want to acknowledge that boo. They shouldn't be so insecure anyway. But anyway, that's not the point. I don't know where that came from. Anyway, single on a Saturday night. My name is Shelly Williams. Single, never been married. And I'm just enjoying life. I'm in a relationship too. I forgot to say that.
Wait a minute. I was actually getting ready to jump right in there. I said, we just flop roles here. That quick?
No, I am.
So you like me, forget.
Because I'm married to my career, which was last week's show. I'm going to go this way. Go ahead, Melisha.
Hello, everybody. I'm Melisha, and I'm single, and I'm enjoying life, too.
You single? You
Did we do the online dating thing yet?
No. Yes, she did. She did it.
I made an attempt, and I signed up. Everybody who inboxed me, messaged me, liked me,
Online
was horrible.
dating?
So
It was horrible?
It was horrible.
We should go out on one horrible date. Like when they sent me out on them 8-minute dates when I did the speed date, except for Roberto. I still, it's my
No, they were horrible. I wouldn't even want to, no.
Huh?
No, they were horrible, and most of them was over 50.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm only 36.
But that doesn't mean online dating doesn't work. The next step, that was another one. But we're going to go to the one that I know has good results, which is one. I don't want to promote anybody.
Okay,
but, but it's the one that has good results, and we're gonna get there one day because.
And then on the second date, the camera's gonna follow you, and I'm be there to interview you.
Do you like this Buster or not? No. No. She's just scared. Go ahead.
Hi, how y'all doing? My name is Rick Watson, the playwright from Philadelphia, and I'm single with children. But one thing that I do want to plug real quick is my play coming, and it's making me see relationships better, actually. It's called My Husband, John, of McFadden and Whitehead. It's coming to the Kimmel Center October the 5th, Saturday, October the 5th. So if y'all come out and see it, maybe by the end of that, I'll be knowing who I want to marry. Who knows?
You gonna find them at the play? Oh, I might just hop on over there. Don't make me hop after you. I'm coming.
Don't make me
and my crutches.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Donovan West. I'm single, a single father.
Michelle Renee, Miss Sexy All Day. I'm single, no children, never been married.
I'm loving your new intro, by the way. Sexy all day. I'm loving it.
Because you are sexy.
Yeah, get that.
And I am Roberto Lopez, your Puerto Rican persuasion. And
Say
I
that in
am
Spanish. Can you speak Spanish?
I can speak a little bit of Spanish.
Say the
Pero
Spanish.
Or is it Spanglish? You speak Spanglish? Which
But
one?
it's like everybody's not going to understand.
So just say something.
Say it.
That's like when I speak German. They don't know what I'm saying. Just say something.
Say something. Isn't that sexy?
yo
Isn't Spanish sexy?
soy el papi chulo tuyo.
Oh, that was a
that was
okay.
sexy no
You know,
matter
I
what
am
it
in a
said.
relationship. I finally committed, and I'm married.
Ow!
It's great.
Ow! See, he's not scared of commitment.
I know. He actually told me she wasn't get married, and she gave him an ultimatum.
What?
That when she said she was in this thing, that it was for a definitive period of time, and that she was looking towards the altar.
Wow.
And he accepted that.
Maybe I need to put that there. I'm going to have to learn from her because that's my girl. I'm going to have to call her up and say, listen, how do you do that thing? Put what? Put a parameter? What? Okay.
Well,
But see, when she put a parameter, she still understands that this is still my boyfriend.
Well, but
she understood
it
that.
goes back to what Donovan was saying last time. Clear, definitive terms of communication.
I got to be clear. Are you clear? Go ahead.
Child, I'm not. Because actually, I do. I admit, as much as I communicate in the courtroom, I lack communication in a relationship.
Are you in a relationship? Because we don't know
Oh, yeah,
who
I'm
you are
sorry. I'm Danielle. I've never been married, and I have no kids, but I'm in a relationship, and, Shelly seems to think that this is wonderful because she didn't think it was going to happen and that I was ever going to make a public declaration.
Yet. This is big. This is real big. I'm
So, no,
glad.
so just come back. No, I'm not clear. I am the worst communicator ever. And I'm the worst communicator ever because I don't have those effective listening skills. Yes, I'm an ambush listener because it's what I do for a living. And as my mother says all the time, do not cross-examine me because whatever you said, I only took one word of that so I can come back with my rebuttal. And, you know, he's actually said to me, you know, just because you can make everybody see your side don't make you right. Yes, it does. That's the whole point. That's what I do, is I convince you that I'm right. It doesn't matter if I'm right, if you believe I'm right, if I done made you believe I'm right. So what if I'm too wrong is 2 left feet? And that works for me. It's very difficult for me because I do know, like, to actually sit back and listen and not jump in with my agenda is very difficult. But I'm working on it.
She's working on it. And that's good. When you can admit what you need to do.
I am working on it.
She said
look, you should have seen me about the hospital corners on the bed. I almost had a fit. Like, what are you doing? I'm making a bed. Who taught you to make a bed? See, it was getting ready to go there. Because that is not how you make a bed. Because you only make a bed the way my grandmother said you make a bed. And I don't care if my grandmother did not teach you. You're 42 years old. You're supposed to know how to make a bed.
Breaking up over the bed.
Look, the bed, the toothpaste, the holding of the door.
And all this is called baggage.
Wait, can I leave my drawers in the bathroom?
No, you cannot. No, you can't make work for me. See, this is the thing. I can leave my drawers in the bathroom because I pay the maid. So if you want to leave your drawers in the bathroom, then you need to pay my maid.
Okay, this week's show. She has proved when we come to relationships, we coming with a lot of. Welcome back to Single on a Saturday night right here at TGI Fridays, City Ave. That's 4000 City Ave. We do this every 4th Saturday, and we have a good time, and everyone's welcome to join us. But today we're talking about baggage.
Well, no, but you got to make sure that they tune in every Wednesday at 10:30 to Verizon 29 and Comcast 66, because y'all don't want to miss this. Now, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about baggage.
I forgot because, you know, we had to get past that line where I told him I was going to cut him. Y'all didn't hear that. But the jury is still out on that.
Because that's a whole bunch of baggage. And we talk, the movie's out, Baggage Claim, that made me think about how everybody comes to the table with some baggage. And you realize that here's this baggage, and everybody might have a list of baggage, but you have to decide whether you can handle that particular baggage. And every baggage is not just right on the table. So, Roberto, you were talking about when does the baggage interfere with the relationship?
Well, yeah, my question was that, and just being curious as to when people try and they discuss things up front, some of that baggage could be emotional, where they just can't get past certain things, and then every time they see a certain color or whatever, the tears come down, and you're like, wow.
They like dogs? You date women that are like dogs, repetitive?
No. I got a great girl. So
I ain't talking about that. I'm just saying, it's like Pavlov's dog. Something happens
be proud of me like that. I got a great girl. Man, somebody be proud of me like that.
She took me with my baggage.
I went somewhere.
It was a lot of it, too.
Well,
I know, because I was hanging on your hip. I was hard to let go. I know.
Being able to walk into a room with women you probably dealt with before, and you got your girl, and it's like, it gets awkward, you know what I mean? And not that you got to look at the ground or look here or look there, but it's...
well, you know, that's the good thing about being a woman. I can walk into a room with 6 dudes I date and just ignore all of them. I can, and they'll ignore us. But women, they got to let you know that they've been there. You ever notice that? Women got to let you know.
Never mind. Let's shout out to my man David Scott. David Scott, we do the karaoke every second Thursday. David Scott.
So when you talk about men that women gotta let know, you just thought about David because you walked in the room and you was like, I know. Sorry, Roberto.
He had that situation. I'm so sorry. It just happened. I am announcing itself, but anyway, sorry. David Scott, yeah, where you at? But anyway,
he's at his 40th high school reunion.
Yes, he is. But I think you had something to say about baggage. You could probably break some stuff down. Break it down for us.
Well, I do have something to say about baggage. As I introduced myself earlier, I am a counselor, and I do work with couples, and all of them have baggage. And the question comes to mind is, if you know everybody who's grown up in this world has some baggage, and you want to be married, why do we not spend as much time studying relationships, getting rid of our baggage, getting our counseling before we get in a relationship, as we do preparing for our careers, going to school? I got like 20 years of education. Why do we not put that type of study into making sure our relationship and marriage lasts?
Because we think that relationships are supposed to come natural. I mean, that was what you think. I don't know.
Well, I mean, excuse me. it's all these women, especially in this group, that thought that Jesus was going to send a man right to their door and it was going to be the perfect man with the perfect relationship.
Yeah.
Because they don't leave the house, but apparently you're going to get a man. It's going to be your husband. So I think that culturally, you laughing, but you know, come on, how many women, and Jesus is going to bring me a man. Okay, it must be the UPS man because that's the only one coming to your house. But no, that's what we're just taught, that it's just going to not just come naturally, it's just going to come
And I think staying within that same analogy, you know, someone coming to your door is your house in order, right? And your house being in order means have you healed? And
well,
most
you
of us
open
don't.
your door for
but
so
again,
they can't see in there.
That's what I was
right, but then
You
that's
just
now
don't-
becoming, now you're being deceitful, right? But
No, I'm being serious.
But I know, but
because
I'm saying
that's how we
in
do
terms
in relationships.
in terms of
only show
shaping
up
their
right.
experience and having this campaign that really doesn't deal with who you really are and actually looking at your house and saying, well, is it really in repair? Is it in need of repair? We don't do the repair, so we don't heal. And as a point that Sophia brought up, not healing is really the beginning of the end. It doesn't matter who was at your door. Your house is not in order. You need to heal first. And then once you need to heal from the past relationship because,
Right.
again, baggage is nothing more than it's a collection of negative experiences that you've had from the last situation or the situation before that. And if you're not able to look at, as Roberto mentioned, the triggers, whether it's a color, whether it's a situation, if you're not able to look at what those triggers are and discern between your past experience and that individual in front of you, you're going to be in a heap of trouble.
And that's one of the points I wanted to make. Everybody is damaged goods. Everybody has been in some kind of situation that didn't work. And what the problem is that it's hard being human to just let go because you have to be careful for it not to happen again. For me, I really don't care. At the end of the day, life is short. So if I get into a situation, and I guess I have to find somebody to compliment that really can let go and say, okay, well, I've been through something happened. I don't believe that this going to happen. Just give it a chance to see if it's going to happen. And what the problem is that when you're damaged goods, which everybody been through something, I'm sure, on this panel, right? Everybody been through something. Not you, because you got a lot of degrees. You was in the books all the time. And you cut people, so I understand you not being... But overall, everybody's been through something. And the thing is to go into each situation or the next situation without contemplating what was the problem. It's like I spoke earlier about the girl, and she was concerned about the girl with the short hair. It must have been something that happened before in order for her to make it, because I knew that I didn't do anything to make a situation.
Maybe
So,
you're just
healing.
extra friendly.
Well, I'm in the career that I have to be extra friendly. Women buy
So
more
that's
than
why
men.
you always been nice to me? Oh, I didn't know.
Well, it doesn't
But
work
that ain't the
there.
reason that he feeling on your arm.
I don't
That's
know
a
why.
hint.
No, it's
Because he been on that
no.
arm ever since he been sitting
No,
over
I've been
there.
feeling that because I'm trying to get her to be
I don't
nice
know
to
if
me, and I
anybody
figured if
knows
I
that
massage it during
That
this
arm
thing that
feels
everything
good.
be all right.
I know. He said, you know what? I never sat this long next to her.
And you know what? Like what Donovan was talking about with the healing, some people are so used to dysfunction that when they get somebody that's right and right for them, they don't know how to handle that. You know what I mean? They're addicted to the dysfunction.
Well, no,
that
actually,
good man, hold on,
I
that
know.
good man y'all always talk about, he is out there, but then it's like I can change him because you're not used to the way he do stuff. His life
No,
is in
well, I
order.
say that.
His
No,
life
the
can be
reason
in
I
order.
say that no is because if he really was right for me, he would understand my issues and we'd be able to work through them and bring them to light for me when I have that baggage. So it's not just, okay, well, I tossed the good man down. Maybe he wasn't the one for me because he wasn't able to help me to work through my baggage. Just like I might not be the one for him because I'm not able to help him work through his. Because we still have it. We still have it. It's still there. We may know how to function with it. We may know how to be in a relationship with it. We may know how to deal with it. But it's still there and it's still in the back of your mind.
Right, but your point
and it's
about
just still there.
understanding your baggage, you first have to go back to how have you communicated your baggage? How did you actually assess your baggage? Did you get all of the baggage? Do you know what all your baggage is?
I don't
And
think
then-
anybody knows what
no, I know,
anybody's
but
all
I
what,
think I'm
baggage
perfect.
but what we're talking about is actually reflecting and doing some introspection. And if you're able to do that and at least get the majority of it, the spirit
There
and
you go.
intent of actually communicating to that person of value, here's where you are and here's where your flaws are. Most of us, again, as I mentioned before, we do a campaign when we're dating. You know, this is the best of me. This is what I do, and this is all blah, blah, blah. We don't talk about the flaws, the dents. We don't talk about those things. So when you're able to actually talk and function and behave transparently, right? There's a book, it's called Leading with a Limp, which talks about when you're leading, it's not about you putting yourself on a pedestal and the self-efficacy and all that other good stuff. It's about also talking about where you are challenged. And when you can have that kind of dialogue, that's when you can actually begin to progress. So him understanding, she understanding is really about how much have you communicated. And if they didn't receive it, perhaps it's not their issue. Perhaps it's your issue in terms of how you communicated it.
Well, I think a lot of times when we end a relationship, we're angry. And when we're angry, we don't get to the root of why the relationship ended. And when you don't get to that root, you carry that on. As opposed to being angry, we should take time back and see what went wrong, what was our role in it going wrong, what was their role in it, accepting it, talking about it, and then moving on. Because if you keep on holding it in, that next person that may come that may be for you, you're not going to be able to receive them because you're so angry from your past relationship.
You know what? I'm gonna take that as a great point because you know when I was engaged and broke up and he got married like 2 months later. I wanted to understand because I was really mad and upset. But he actually gave me an opportunity. Came to my house, sat down, and went through point by point because I needed it. Because I was like, yo, I'm going crazy. This man got married 2 months after we were engaged for 2 years. Then you get married 2 months later. So I had that, but he sat down, went point by point, and I got every question answered. And I swear it freed me. It freed all my inside. It just made me feel bad. And then once he said, you're right, I should have never done it. That's all I wanted to hear. Because I know I'm the bomb. You know what I'm saying? That's all I wanted to hear. But we all have that. And, I always want to hear that maybe I shouldn't have because I acted, harshly. I shouldn't have done that. So I just needed to hear that. And now I'm free. So I'm perfect. I'm perfect today. I don't have any baggage.
Whatever.
I think a lot of times people don't realize they have baggage. When you there are people who jump from relationship to relationship to relationship and never really take the time to be who they are, to be alone, to know who they are, to know what they're really looking for, and then they take their baggage and then they're always blaming the other person because it can't be them because they're perfect. But you know what I'm saying? Like I think that's a miscommunication that people have.
Go ahead now.
I wanted to say, with me being an athlete, a lot of women that I encounter, they always have the notion that I'm all out there. I'm dealing with multiple women. So I'm not saying.
Well, are you?
No, I'm not saying. No. I would say college, maybe so. After a while, matured a little bit, so you settle down. You're not really out. It's not.
How long did that take? How long was the after while?
2 years.
At 2 years at the college, you were
2
finished
years.
with the horn.
2 years, the wild out stage was done. You
kind of boring.
No. I'm not boring at that. It came to a point.
I just say that because the experiences in those first years of your profession, your career, and I'm not just talking about athletes. Mm-hmm. I'm just talking about anybody. They're feeling empowered. They're feeling powerful. They're feeling like they got the world by the tail, and it's their time to wild out. That's why I was just surprised that it was 2 years. That's all.
Well, yeah, it was
nothing
2
about
years.
you.
I did a lot in those 2 years,
baggage.
though. I did a lot in those 2 years.
You was busy.
So
you was tired in year
I was
three.
tired. No, it was because the wild out stage, I was meeting the same type of woman. It was in the same. If you change the surroundings, you should change the people you meet. And when I was in the clubs, I was meeting those type of women that were in the clubs, that I say, quote unquote, was in that party life and the realm of things. And then when I wanted to change that, I stopped doing that.
That's your priorities,
going
right?
out. Yeah, your priorities, exactly.
Yeah.
You don't want to meet those type of women.
And that don't mean that you're boring.
But
That's the wrong term. I'm taking up for you. Y'all don't help me, but I'm gonna help y'all.
They don't help you.
This don't mean you're boring.
You ain't creating all that
Part of
baggage if you're boring.
though, the fact that now when you you might meet someone else, and in your mind, the baggage is going to be you going to always think a woman's going to think. She gonna think I'm out there. She gonna think I'm out there. Isn't that like residue left over? You gonna think the next person gonna think the same thing?
At first, but then when I got in tune with myself, it was like, listen, I'm gonna present myself, and you gonna take me for who I am. I wasn't worrying about what they thought. It was just, I'm gonna give you me, and if you like me, you're gonna continue to talk to me. I was about to say, because a lot of women, like I was agreeing with Donovan. He was saying that the past relationships. Like I've talked to women who've talked to athletes before, and the athlete scarred that woman. So when I go talk to her and I have certain conversations, and I'm like, I realize, like,
Damaged
you
goods.
scarred, you damaged. And with him,
Did
I
you
agree.
say that to him?
I didn't. Yes, I
You said you
definitely,
scarred,
I
you
definitely
damaged?
say it. I said, and they asked me why, and then I, give it back.
Did you
I
get
tell
cut?
her, no,
Okay,
no.
I just wanted to know.
Because once,
Because they
but
realize they are.
once I tell them and explain to them like where I got that from, they're like, oh, you're right. And like him, he said he had the patience. Like I really don't have the patience, and I let them know, like sweetheart, you scarred. I'm not trying to deal with the past man, what he did to you. I'm a new person. Like what he did, don't bring that to me. just because I'm an athlete, you know, like I said, like, and they clump you together with all these athletes, and what you do, y'all all the same. And maybe we are at a point are the same, but everybody do it differently, you know. And like I said, have their different stages where they mature. You see a lot of my teammates in different teams, the older ones, they're not out in the clubs wilding out. You know what I'm saying? It's always the younger ones. You know, and you get a certain age, you get married, you got a family, you home for the most part. You know, so that's just in my career what I'm saying. And with the baggage of being an athlete and meeting women, they already have this notion that you're out there, they're worrying about other women, like you said, the short hair. And I'm like, I know I can't deal with a woman who always worrying about the next one. Like, worry about yourself and me before you worrying about somebody else. You know, I don't need that. That's extra time. You know, and that it takes something.
Did you have something to say? The microphone, grab the microphone.
I just want to
It's good.
I just want to piggyback off of what he's saying, and it takes a certain individual to recognize and not be intimidated about the other woman that's around, so that she can focus on just you and her, and that's it. And one of the things I wanted to mention about baggage, I actually do like counseling towards couples through a couple of organizations, and I also do financial consulting for men. Some men come with baggage. They feel like, you know, they're married to their career. They don't want to focus on a relationship because they're in the rebuilding stage. They're in transition. You know, they're trying to build their lives so that when they do get a woman, they can take care of her. And then you also have a lot of people who are scarred when they do get into a relationship. Like you said, other women may have been scarred. They can't understand or have a man around that has a lot of women, and vice versa. I'm counseling a guy right now who he's been hurt and cheated on so much that he can't focus on the love that's in front of him. So it goes both ways.
Well, stop cheating. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
I'm just
the
saying
huge part
to
is the
everybody
healing.
out there.
The
Stop
huge
cheating.
part, I think, was the healing. People think they're all right already, and they want to prove that
So we
they're all
gotta
right
pay
already.
money to heal?
I don't
No,
think
no,
it's that.
but
No,
just
I don't
the
know.
time, just the time.
How?
I'm all right already, like a drug addict. He want to go back into his old neighborhood and show everybody that he's not shooting up
Time is
anymore,
not the
and
healing
he's not
method
ready.
for
You wanna know
everybody.
what the problem is?
I've been
You wanna know
single
the
a
problem?
long
Seriously,
time.
you wanna know the problem is that I don't know about anybody else, but I was taught the easiest way to get over one man is to get under a new one. And that is what I'm
that's the
serious.
worst thing,
No,
'cause then-
it is sad, is that is generational
That's
and it
what
is
her
cultural. And I'm not
fiancé did.
I'm just saying that I have heard this over and over
She
and
told her
over and over again. And that women do it and men do it. And we don't take the time to know ourselves, to heal, to do any of that. We're too busy back on the chase. And the reason that we do it is because our insecurities and that our self-worth was so wrapped up in that relationship. As women, we're taught you ain't nothing because you ain't got no man. So you gotta find another man. And as men, it's, you know, I've gotta prove that my testosterone is working and that my status is the next chick I can get. And not only with the next chick, I'm gonna get one that's better than the one that didn't work out with the last time. So that's what happens over and over and over again. And it takes a certain level of maturity to say, that's not what I'm about and that's not who I am if I really want a relationship. And then the other thing is, a lot of people don't want a relationship. They don't. They don't know that they don't want a relationship.
takes a lot of work.
Yeah, no, they don't know that they don't want a relationship. They just we've been so accustomed to, you're supposed to be with somebody. That, okay, now I'm gonna go with this somebody and I'm gonna go say that somebody. And again, that turns into the multiple baggage.
I want to make a point too, real quick. You, when I say my thing about, I say, okay, it's over. You know, see you next year. Women are all day long always telling their girlfriends to get out of a situation that's something bad and want them to just cut it. So why, if I do it or a man does it, it makes it bad if I just cut it. When I see that it's a problem, going to be a problem, you're going to keep telling me what I want to hear. I know it's not going to happen, because if you're saying it and you're starting, we discussed it already, then it's time to say bye. I don't need to wait a whole 2 extra years to say, damn, man, baby, you've been doing this the whole time. You understand?
Well,
so
I
that's
don't
why
think that, no.
you shouldn't cut me
No,
if
no,
it
no,
happens.
No. See, you're confused. I'm going to cut you, like I said, unless you come to me on December 31st at 11:58,
and then
talking
say-
about I see you next year, then I'm going to cut you because you just disrespected me. You disrespected me because we should have a conversation that's not all one-sided. It's a bona fide conversation. What you said is you laid your issue out and goodbye.
No, you're
that's what
confused.
you said. No, what you said is
I told
see
you that
next
we've
year.
been going. We have a us time, and we keep going through
No, and then
conversation.
you said-
Everybody heard me, fellas, right?
No, and
I
then-
said I
Right,
communicated.
Why you gotta say?
Because I know you gonna not be on my side. I know you not gonna be on my side. She definitely ain't gonna be on my
that's
side,
an
and I know she not either.
I pay
Look at the eyes.
attention to
You
And then you said,
I paid attention
Oh,
to
okay.
you. You said we have us time, and you discussed it with her. You laid it down, and she didn't get it right. Then you gotta go. I agree, 100%. I'm gonna go too. If I lay out my problems and we issuing it all the time, and you still don't change, I'm going
It's
too.
time to
well,
go.
the issue and
I
still
don't have
don't
no
change.
Okay, wait. I'm sorry. You laid out your problem.
Exactly.
When did you take the time for that other individual to open up their luggage, their baggage, and unload their issues onto you?
You talking to me?
Yes. Well, yeah. Who you think we talking
Well,
to?
let me explain then.
You and Shelly
No,
both
listen.
just said
No,
the
listen.
same thing.
Listen.
If you and I are in a relationship,
I think you're taking it
and
the
you're
wrong
gonna
way.
tell
Listen.
me this
No.
is how the relationship's going to be.
I'm a
when
very
did you
caring
listen to
person.
me?
I'm a very caring person. Shelly said I'm a good guy. You say that. That's what somebody said. Well, that's what you say, Kelly. But anyway, I'm very considerate of people's feelings. I definitely do not just come out and say that. I literally had a conversation. I've sat down. It might have went on about 1 month because I don't give it longer than a month of us not finding a way to sit down each week and do us
Great
time.
Austin Fine Photography, taking all those great pics. DJ Romy Room on the radio every Tuesday, 9 o'clock. And of course, ADDesignGroup.com. I mean, that's the bling. The bling you see? I like these earrings. You see? Bling.
I'm feeling the necklace. You know, I like the big clunky
You like
stuff.
yeah. So
Yeah, to interfere with your microphone. I love it.
ADDesignGroup.com. Go ahead.
Oh, you know, again, issues. I've had a lot of them with my broken ankle, but the jewelry makes me feel so much better. And you always got to make sure that you join us in our new home at 4000 City Line Avenue, TGI Fridays. Come on out, come have a drink with us on the 4th Saturday of every month at 12:30. And don't forget to check us out on Verizon 29 and Comcast 66, 10:30 every Wednesday.
And of course, the play, The Husband, John Whitehead, October 5th at the Kimmel Center.
One night only. It's like one night only. It's like, you know, big one night only.
I'm teasing y'all on purpose.
I don't know.
All right, let's go to a break. We have just wrapped another edition of Single on a Saturday Night, but no show is complete without ADDesignGroup.com, ADDesignGroup.com. We have the lovely bling. Ooh, we love the bling, we love the shine. But I want to introduce my friend here. Introduce yourself. I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Good afternoon. I'm Michelle Bailey, founder and CEO of Alvina Designs Jewelry Company. You can find us online, www.A as in Apple, D as in David, designgroup.com. Right now, if you go online and you mention Shelly and Single on a Saturday Night, you get 30% off anything that you order from our site. Christmas is coming, the goose is getting fat. Don't get left out.
And you know what? Everywhere I go, people always ask me, where do you get your jewelry from? Where do you get your jewelry from? And I just want you to know, ADDesignGroup.com is where I get my jewelry from. I tell people all the time, I'm always asked. So I thank you for keeping me in beautiful jewelry. And don't forget to check us out every Wednesday, 10:30 p.m. on Comcast Channel 66, Verizon 29, every Wednesday, 10:30 p.m. You can see us, and every 4th Saturday, TGI Fridays, 12:30 p.m. All right, we will see you soon. Enjoy the show.